Good morning. How are you today? A couple of weeks ago, I did a video on natural oils that you can use to tighten and smooth the skin on your face. And today I thought we'd talk about how I've incorporated them into my routine and some tips and tricks that are going to make application a lot more effective. If you're new here, welcome in. I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 and way over 60 woman. We're going to have a great time today. I'm going to share some great tips that are going to make your skincare routine more effective, easier to do, and just really, really worth the time. But first, I've got a hug club update for you. And you guys, this one is so good. It is so good. This is a letter that I got from Kathleen in West Richland, Washington. And look at this card. Does that look familiar, you hug clubbers? She had a printed card made out of this month's original artwork. So here's the original artwork that you get the file, you can print it out, you can do whatever you want with it, frame it, make cards out of it, whatever you like, send it for gifts. I mean, it's just really a fun thing. But Kathleen, you win the prize. This is exactly what I was hoping people would get creative and do. She had this artwork made into a greeting card, and now she can send it out to all her friends. And she even put a little quote on the back. It's really sweet. It says, "When the world is so complicated, the simple gift of friendship is within all of our hands." And look that's my little card from Kathleen. I absolutely love this. Kathleen, did you get this done at Vistaprint? I'm thinking it might be Vistaprint. Vistaprint is this super cool, very affordable print company that will print anything, postcards or little business cards or cards like this. And I'm thinking maybe that's where Kathleen got this done. So when you get the original art for the Hug Club, you get to do what you want with it. Have fun with it. So good on you, Kathleen. You are the creative winner of the month on this one. If you want to find out more about the Hug Club and what's the party all about, I have a video listed in the description box down below, or you can go right over to the Hug Club page and join us. It's only $10 a month, so why not? It's been so much fun, and we are going to have a pen pal network going around the globe. It's going to be so very fun. So let's talk about skincare right now. I did mention 4 oils that have been proven to really help tighten and smooth out your skin. I'm going to do my morning routine now and show you what I'm doing, and then I'm going to talk about how to incorporate the oils into your routine so it's really, really effective. But first, I want you to take a look at my skin. I started my channel when I was, I think, 62. I am 69 now, just a couple of months from 70. So here's me when I first started my channel 7 years ago. I just had my 7-year anniversary on YouTube, and you can see there's been some changes made. Not only is my skin a little bit better, I mean, think about it, I'm 7 years older. Now, let me just step in here and say something. Every time I do one of these videos, someone says, you've had a facelift or you're using a filter. First of all, I'm not using a filter because you're giving me way too much credit. I don't know how to use a filter. I'm shooting on an iPhone. Tell me how to use a filter, then I can look younger. I have no idea. And secondly, if you knew my opinion of most of Western medical, you know, the whole system, you would know that I'm not getting a facelift. I have not had a facelift, and I'm not using a filter. So there's that. But let's take a look at my skin because I want to manage your expectations. If you met me in person, you look at me and go, you know, she's an older woman, you know, her skin looks pretty good. It's not like you'd look at me and go, wow, you know, how fantastic. But when you compare what I looked like when I started, what a difference and what a change. And this was all at home products and devices. I have done nothing outside of my home. All affordable, all at-home stuff. So all the changes you see are very, very easy to do. They're accessible to you. You can, you know, actually have it. So let's take a look. You can see I've got some little bit of few dark spots over here. I've got some, you know, eye troughs, kind of dark. Right here, I got bit by a bug out in the garden. It itches a little bit. It had a bump a few days ago. Now it's just red. And you can see that my skin looks a little drier and a little more crinkly and wrinkly than it does when you see me when I'm wearing makeup in a video. Why? Because I haven't done my morning skincare yet. My skin is dry. I just got out of the shower and nothing is on it. And you're going to be able to see the difference between no skincare on your face and skincare on your face. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to exfoliate my face. Why? Because as we get older, skin cell turnover really slows down. Like everything else, our body just is a little less efficient than it is when we are younger. And so that skin turnover slows down. That's why we need to help it along. And if you're just starting a skincare routine, or if you've kind of fallen off the wagon a little bit and you need to get back on, spend a few weeks at least just exfoliating your face and moisturizing. Don't waste your money on serums and that sort of thing, because if you have a bunch of old dead skin cells built up on your face, it's not going to soak in anyway. Let me give you an example, and this will kind of drive it home for you. Think about a newborn baby, a healthy newborn baby. When you look at them and you look at their little cheeks, it looks like they're glowing from within. Why? Because those are very fresh, very new skin cells, and they're light reflective, and they're just bouncing with light. As we grow older, that light doesn't show up in the same way anymore because our skin cells are not as fresh and turning over as quickly now as they used to be. So exfoliation is the key. If you haven't done any skincare and you're just now starting on a routine, don't make the same mistake I did. I went out and bought a whole bunch of stuff and slapped it on my face, and it was probably a huge waste of money because it never ever absorbed into my skin because I had this thick layer of old dead skin cells sitting on my face. My skin looked ruddy, it wasn't glowy, nothing. And if you exfoliate regularly as an older, more mature woman, it'll take you a long way. You can have wrinkles and crinkles, I do, but because my skin is fresher and has a little bit of glow to it because I exfoliate a lot, it just, you go a long way with that. How do we exfoliate? I have for years been using the ordinary AHA BHA peeling solution. And look at this, you guys. I've had this for probably 7 or 8 months. And this bottle is under $15 depending on where you buy it. This stuff lasts forever. I just put a dropper full around my face, move it around so it, covers everything I want it to cover, leave it on my skin for 10 to 15, maybe 20 minutes. Wash it off, and then I just put something soothing on my skin and go to bed. This has really been my tried and true, and I still love it. However, this can be a little stingy, and if you have sensitive skin or if you're not used to it, it might be uncomfortable. Well, I have found something new that I'm really, really, really loving. This is from Dermatology. And I don't know if this is newish in their line or if they've had it for a long time. I've been trying and testing this for the last few weeks. I freaking love this. I love it, love it, love it. And I love Dermatology. They're just a really, really good company, and they have a good price point and really good products. The difference is that these are little pads that they come in this little container, and it's an exfoliating pad. And what you do is you just rub it around your face. And oh my gosh, it does such a good job of exfoliating. I was stunned. I really was stunned because I've used different pads in the past and they weren't like this. It does a great job of exfoliating your skin and it leaves it so smooth. I really, really like these. So this is as easy as it is. This is easier than the AHA BHA from the ordinary. It's easier. It's not as affordable as the AHA BHA. So that's kind of the takeaway right there. If you haven't exfoliated before and you want to start using these pads, I would say use it daily, the pads daily, for maybe 2 to 3 weeks. And then you can start like every other day and on it with your regular skincare routine. What you want to do is, if you have ruddy looking skin or there's no glow to it, you want to get those skin cells turning over, because that's going to make your skin look a lot fresher, a lot more, just vibrant, and really help the overall look of your complexion. So that is the Dermatology Facial RX Daily Peel Pads. There it is, right there. Next up, I'm going to use the niacinamide from The Ordinary. I love this. I've got about a little less than half a dropper full. I'm going to put that in my hand, and then I'm just going to pat that around my face. And if you've been here a while, you'll know that anything that goes on my face goes onto the backs of my hands. If I hadn't done exfoliating this morning, I would be using the Mesama. This is their new vitamin C serum. It's C Exosome Serum. I'm testing and trying it. This is new from their line. I really have not researched what the ingredients are, but I do love Mesama a whole lot. So if I'm not exfoliating, I'm using the vitamin C, because that's going to help brighten up your skin. This on top of exfoliating is probably a little bit too much, and it could irritate your skin. So just keep that one in mind. Now that I have the niacinamide, I'm going to go in with my aloe. This is their M4, and I'm just going to put one pump into my hand, and I put it on the areas of my face that I really want a little bit of support for the wrinklies and crinklies. Definitely under my eyes. So there's that. Now I'm going to go in with the C60. This is the Youth Renewal Eye Cream. I don't put it just under my eyes. I put it all over my whole face. It's going to help the under eyes. It's going to help my whole face. So I just do a couple of pumps into my hand. I start with my under eyes. This is the only under eye cream I have found that really made a difference in my under eyes. Like really, other than just, normal moisturizer would do. It actually has really thickened the skin under my eyes. You know how that skin under your eyes can get crepe papery, and you pull it and it just doesn't snap back? It has really done wonderful things for my under eyes. So I use it all over my face, because if it's going to be good for my under eyes, it's going to be good for my face as well. And then for moisturizer, I'm going to use the Natural Moisturizing Factor from The Ordinary. I like this a lot. It's very, very affordable. It has a lot of great stuff in it. So I'm just going to use about this much and add that to my face. Am I going to use any of the oils this morning? No. Why? Because I'm going to be putting on makeup today. And I have found with any oil, whether it's the oils I shared a couple of weeks ago, and I'll put that video down below if you didn't see it, or the C60 face oil, which I really like as well, it doesn't play well under makeup. It will break up my foundation, and I can't get my eyeshadow to set down. So I have been using the oils in the evening. What I want to make sure that you know is that exfoliation that you do in the morning, that's going to help those oils absorb into your skin. And that's why I say, if you haven't done skincare before, or if you've fallen off the wagon, exfoliate your skin, because I feel like it's just a waste of money and product to put it on your skin if you don't have fresh skin cells. It's just going to sit there. It's not going to absorb in. It's really not going to do much for you. So even though I'm not using the oils in my morning routine, I have set my skin up to really be able to absorb the oils in the evening, which is when I mostly use it. Now, I don't wear makeup every day. As a matter of fact, most days I don't wear makeup, and that's when I'll use the oils on my face. It's just because I'm doing makeup today that I'm not going to use oils on my skin, because it's not going to be good when I go to put that makeup on. So we're going to talk about the 4 oils today. And again, if you didn't see the video on the 4 oils that really do help tighten skin, I'll link it down below. You might want to go watch that first before I start talking about these. One of the questions that I got from one of the viewers of that video is, how are you going to use them? Are you going to just put them all together and make a concoction? Because they're all something that will help your skin. And you know what? That's so funny, because when I ordered all 4 of them, I thought, I'm just going to make, I'm going to put them all in a bottle and slap them on my face. I'm glad I didn't do that, because what I'm finding out using them, trading off, using one day, one another day, is that there are different properties that kind of make them unique, which is why I wouldn't really want to blend them together. What I am doing is that I'm using them kind of in a rotation, almost all of them. There's one that I'm not using in a rotation on my face, and that is the sea buckthorn oil. Why? This is for that really dry, almost leather-like skin that you can see on an older person. Maybe you have it yourself, maybe you have a friend or you've seen someone with it. It looks really leathery. There's no moisture, just really, really kind of aged skin, regardless if there's a lot of wrinkles or not. That is when you want to use the sea buckthorn oil. I don't have that kind of skin. I actually still every now and then will get a pimple. It's like I'm still oily in my T-zone. I had acne when I was younger, so that's just the nature of my skin. But keep in mind, this would be great if you have dry elbows, or if you have those feet that are getting really, really dry. How wonderful to put a few drops on each foot, put a pair of socks on, and go to bed. It can really go to work on any skin that you have that is really, really lacking in moisture. So the sea buckthorn oil might be a good fit for you depending on how your skin is aging. Everybody's skin ages differently. So keep in mind, if it's really dry, really leathery, then you might want to pull this one out. I have been picking an oil every night before I go to bed. I also have a mixture of castor oil and jojoba oil, 50-50, that sometimes I'll use as well. I find it nice to rotate these in and out because I'm getting a lot of different ingredients and a lot of different benefits throughout the week. And all 4 of these oils, my gosh, I ordered them all together. I don't even think it was $70 for all 4. And it's probably going to last me a year. So it's not expensive. That's the nice thing about when you get natural ingredients, because they can't be patented. So, Big Pharma is not making a concoction and, jacking up the price to a ridiculous amount so they can make more profit. It is a natural oil, and they're generally smaller companies that do it because the profit margin isn't as big as something that's going to come out of Big Pharma. The next up is the bakuchi oil. This is right here. I love this oil. It is thicker, a little bit thicker, so you don't need very much. And this is the one that has been compared to Retin-A or retinaldehyde retinols. Here's what you want to keep in mind. When someone says, okay, bakuchi oil does not come out in clinical studies with the same effectiveness as Retin-A. This is what you want to consider when you hear someone say that. They have not done the same kind of studies on bakuchi oil that they've done on Retin-A. Why? Because with Retin-A, they're making billions of dollars in profit. So they can spend millions of dollars devising and implementing clinical studies to support the results they want. It's all about profit when you're talking about a pharmaceutical product. With bakuchi oil, there's not billions of dollars in profit to be made. There's just not. It's a natural ingredient. You can't patent it. You can't turn it into something else. It is natural. So they're not going to spend millions of dollars doing studies on bakuchi oil. Now, am I saying bakuchi oil is as effective as Retin-A? No, but we don't know the answer to that. We don't know definitively if it is. What we do know is they spent millions of dollars doing studies on Retin-A because they knew the profit margin was billions. So just keep that in mind when we're starting to talk about claims. So Bakuchi oil is very, very similar, or the benefits are very similar to Retin-A. It really tightens the skin in a very, very effective way. When would I use it? You could use it during the day after your skincare routine, or as the moisturizer for your skincare routine if you're not wearing makeup. This oil is very thick. I don't know that you could ever get your makeup to sit down after this. I'm finding that using these oils, rotating them in the evening is wonderful. Maybe if I'm not wearing makeup that day, I'll use one in the morning, and then when it comes time for the evening, I'll put on another one in the evening. That way you're rotating around and getting lots of different ingredients that are going to do great things for your skin. The next one that I'm really, really liking because it's so silky is the rosehip oil from The Ordinary. This was so affordable, you guys. I don't even think it was $15. It is lovely. It feels so good on the skin. It's light, it's silky, it's much lighter than the Bakuchi oil. So you could, again, try it under makeup if you put on your skincare and then top it with this and then wait an hour or so. I just don't know. I don't have good luck with it trying to put makeup over oil, so I don't even try anymore. The rosehip oil is lovely. I will use that all over my face and down my neck. With my neck, I'm cautious now of what I'm putting on there. I used to use neck creams. I used one from City Beauty and then another one, and I'm forgetting the name of it right now. It'll pop into my head in just a minute. I just got concerned about all the different ingredients sitting right on top of my thyroid. And I've been able to get off thyroid medication, which I was only on for a few months, and it was horrible. Heart palpitations, miserable, it was terrible. I'm not on thyroid medication anymore. I have hypothyroidism, or I did. I'm doing great now. So long story about the rosehip oil. This is kind of my favorite just because it feels really, really good when you put it on. The last one we want to talk about today is the evening primrose oil. This is lovely as well, a little bit thicker than the rosehip oil, not as thick as the Bakuchi. So again, using these in the evenings. Now keep in mind, ladies, that all of these oils, don't just put them on your face. You can put them on your chest, you can put them on your elbows, you can put them on your knees, you can put them on your feet. I know my feet have lost all their moisture at this point, and I'm getting that kind of old lady feet skin. You know, I don't like that as well as the fresher skin. I have put oil on my feet, stuck on a pair of socks, and gone to bed, and that really, really does help. So this one, again, a little bit thicker than the rosehip oil, not as thick as the Bakuchi. And as far as mixing them all together, like I said, I thought about that in the beginning. I'm glad I didn't do it, because I think if you get a couple of these oils, or even all four, what you're going to find is you kind of gravitate towards a certain one at a certain time, and you decide, oh, that's what I feel like today. Those are my thoughts on how to use the face oil. If you're using them differently, make sure you put it in the comments down below. Now I want to share the very last tip, and this one is really important, and thank you for staying for this one, because please know that what you put in your body, what you eat, is as important or more important than what you put on your skin. One of the connections I wasn't making, and I don't know why, when I first started my skincare routine, is that my face is a part of my body. And if my body isn't healthy, my face isn't going to be healthy. It's all one system. And it wasn't until I started cleaning up my diet in a really serious way that I really saw the connection between taking good care of my body from the inside out can really help with the look of your skin everywhere in your body, your face, your legs, your arms, the whole thing. I want to drive this point home by showing you this picture here. This is when I first started my skincare routine. I think it was one of the first pictures I posted on my YouTube channel 7 years ago. Other than the fact that I look absolutely miserable, which I kind of was, I'd gone through a very tough time, I want you to look at my neck in that picture. Look at my neck there and look at my neck now. Now my neck now is wrinkly and it's not as tight as it used to be, but it certainly doesn't look as bad as it looked in that picture from 7 years ago. What's going on 7 years ago? That's inflammation. That is not aging that you're seeing right there. I mean, it's some aging, but mostly those hanging down, folds, that's inflammation. Inflammation from what? From our food supply, which is a toxic, chemical-laden, pesticide-soaked mess right now in the US. If we're going to keep eating that food, give up on the skincare. I mean, it's just not even going to work out the way you think it is, because your body can only handle so much. If you're eating packaged, processed, chemical-laden, pesticide-soaked foods with all kinds of dyes in it, your body can't keep up. Your body is kind of a little tired from being on the planet for a while. I know mine certainly was. And if you keep adding those foods that really aren't good for you and are not really foods, all they are is chemical-laden profits in a box. That's all it is. It wasn't until I really cleaned up my diet that I recognized that our body really needs good nutrition. What does that mean? It means walking away from those ingredient lists where you can't pronounce half the words or most of the words, eating clean fruits and vegetables. I eat all organic. I eat grass-fed, grass-finished beef that I get from a local rancher. I eat clean, and a lot of you eat clean. I know that because you tell me and you talk to me about it. So if you're going to keep eating like you used to eat, all the stuff that comes in boxes that is highly packaged, if you're seeing a commercial for it, you probably don't want to be eating it because there's stuff in there that's paying for that commercial. I mean, do you see peaches with a commercial? Do you see, organic spinach with a commercial? No. So if it has a commercial, you probably want to cut it out of your diet. Well, that's what I have for you today, ladies. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section down below and I'll do my best to get to them. Everything I talked about today will be listed in the description box below the video. And if you're interested in learning more about the Hug Club, come on over and join the party. I'll have all the information about that listed below as well. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. You guys know it just makes my day when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Make it a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye now.